Sechen Monastery in Kathmandu recently organized transmission of Buddha's teaching through Agama, abisheka and upadesah, which is well preserved in Vajrayana tradition. The great master Jigme Lingpa, who had decoded the great teachings known as Dharma, hidden by Guru Rinpoche, revealed this transmitted teaching in the 18th century. This teaching is known as Long-chen in Tibetan Buddhism. Therefore, this teaching of the great Terton Jigme Lingpa is one of the greatest teachings of all time in Vajrayana Buddhism. The teachings were transmitted to many participants of all traditions from all over the world by His Eminence Kabje Rabjam Rinpoche. Rinpoche also transmitted the teachings of Japatul Rinpoche of 19th century, who is known to the world for his teaching known as Kunsang Lame Shalung in Tibetan, or the words of my perfect teacher during the program.
Nying parampara ka Mahaguru upadesah sarde Khembo Pema Sherab ju ko anurodh ma chai hamro yaha gumba ko pramukh guru ju sarde Sechen Rinpoche ju le यो 18-19 दिनको लागि चाहिँ यहाँ आगम दिने कार्यक्रम चाहिँ आजदेखि सुरु भएको छ। यसमा चाहिँ हाम्रो विभिन्न बौद्ध सम्प्रदायकोबाट चाहिँ गुरुहरू चाहिँ 300 भन्दा बढी औदारिक गुरुहरू अनि 300-400 तपाईको उपाध्याय खेम्बोहरू आचार्यहरू 600 भन्दा बढी आचार्य गुरुहरू अनि विभिन्न विदेशी मुलुकबाट पनि 700-800 को हाराहारीमा चाहिँ श्रद्धालु भक्तजनहरू यहाँ आउनु भएको छ।
Vajrayana Buddhism strictly practices Guru-Shishya tradition. The teachings of Buddha are transmitted directly or indirectly to the disciple from the Guru in secret manner. The use of sadhana, mantra, tantra, teachings, upaya, accompanied by practice rituals are key elements in Vajrayana form of Buddhism. After the development of Vajrayana Buddhism in northern India in 2nd century AD and its high time in 5th and 6th century, many contemporary masters adopted this practice and contributed with the lots of wise teachings in the form of Tantra. Many masters of this tradition are known as Mahasiddha and Siddhas for their attainment of Siddhi, also known as realization of the wisdom. The great masters developed teachings and transferred directly in oral form to their disciples.
But in fact, he's transmitting the energy of a very important, all the work of a very important saint from previous time, and it's a bit difficult to understand, but he's really giving us the energy which is going to permit us to study this saint. And so he's just reading the whole works of Jigme Lingpa, and by that transmission we become student of Jigme Lingpa. We can study what Jigme Lingpa has been writing.
Some great masters during meditations also received indirect instruction through dakinis or previous Mahasiddhas in the form of vision or secret teachings with clear instruction. They decoded and explained these secret teachings to their disciples through proper Vajrayana precept of Agama, abisheka, upadesah, which is practiced now in Tibet in the form of Wang, Lung, Ti. This tradition was first introduced to Tibet by the great Indian master Guru Rinpoche in the 8th century. He also declared that there are many teachings in yellow scroll paper written in Dakini script. These texts were hidden to be revealed by future masters known as Terton in the appropriate time for the profound establishment of the Dharma.
And then in Dharma, on top of that, then there's with the Dakini script. The Dakini script is written in a small yellow scroll paper and written by the Dakinis. And when the time is right, treasure revealer will reveal the script and transcribe all the sadhana and the practice and meditation. And once treasure revealer find this, and he or she first themselves put into practice until they achieve some siddhi, until they achieve some sign. Once they receive the sign and the siddhi, then they will only, when the time is right, they will give to the disciple, and that's how the lineage is continued. So that tradition is still very much alive in Vajrayana Buddhism, which is like gives the life to the lineage, to the practice. Is this precious lineage? I think that still we hold. I think that makes Vajrayana Buddhism a very unique tradition among the other tradition. Is that we have very much alive this lineage master to student, which is unbroken till now.
In Vajrayana Buddhism practiced in the Himalayan region, there are 4 major schools: Nyingma, Kagyu, Sakya and Galuk. This form is practiced mainly by all schools, but Nyingma school has developed 2 types of practices known as Kama, which is oral transmission, and Terma, which is indirect transmission of the hidden treasure by Guru Rinpoche and is revealed by the Tirthan later.
In Vajrayana tradition, we have a Kama and Terma, 2 main lineages. The Kama is oral lineage, oral transmission lineage, and Terma is the hidden by Guru Rinpoche and then revealed by the Tirthan or the treasure revealer, known as Tirthan. So this 2 lineage is the main lineage, especially in Nyingma tradition. The lineage of the Kama, there we call it 3 main lineages: Jawa Gombe Juba, then Rinzin Dai Juba, Kansang Nyingkong Juba. So 3 kind of lineages. The first and ultimate lineage is Jawa Gombe Juba. It is beyond our normal human verbal conversation. It is from the Vijayadhara to the other Buddhas, and the Vijayadharas, the mind seen by the other Buddhas. So there is kind of a connection between the 5 Buddhas and the Vijayadhara. So this lineage is some kind of mind-to-mind lineage. And the second is Rinzin Dai Juba. Second is kind of the sign from the Vijayadharas. Just show a sign, and then the disciple understand the teaching and then carry on the lineage. And the third one is the verbally, for one master reads and another student hears in the ear. So these 3 lineages is the main lineage in the Kama tradition.
Among many of the termas visualized by many of the great masters of Tibet, Long-chen stands still one of the most important teachings. This greatest of the great teachings of Buddhism was revealed by the great master Terton Jigme Lingpa in the 18th century. The great masters had received this teaching during a meditation when he visualized arriving at Bodhanath, known as Jharung Khasur. The Dakini handed over the teachings in a casket with a 5 yellow scroll and 7 crystal beads containing the clear instruction of Long-chen Ninthig to the great master. The treasure text was written in 9 volumes and later Kabje Dilgo Khanche Rinpoche published in 14th volume in Delhi. This treasure text contains the secret innermost teachings of Dzogchen, which is transferred only to the highest level of realized disciple. Kabje Rabjam Rinpoche transmitted these great teachings of Long-chen Ninthig during the program organized at Sechen Monastery in Kathmandu. it was transferred to a large audience of many great Rinpoches, Khenpos, Lepons of all schools of Tibetan Buddhism from all over the world. Rinpoche also transmitted this teaching to all participants with Vajrayana precepts of Wang, Long, Ti. This program was very special in the sense that this teaching was transferred to such an audience for the first time in Nepal. Rinpoche had received this teaching from his grandfather, Kabje Dilgo Khenche Rinpoche, in Bhutan 35 years ago. Rinpoche transferred this teaching with compassion to all masters and lay followers of the Buddhism on this auspicious occasion.
And the teachings we did recently here is, one is the Rinzin Jigme Lingba's the cycle, the whole complete cycle. And this, I think we can say, everything together like this is the first time in Nepal. Even though there are many people who follow the Jigme Lingba traditional lineages, bits here and there, but the whole circle together transmission is given first time in Nepal. About 35 years ago, Chabje Dingpo Chensa Rinpoche, my guru and also my grandfather, who gave this transmission in Bhutan. And then before that, he also did few times. So I was very fortunate to be there when he gave the lineage, and this time I passed down to all the Rinpoches and all the Khenpos and masters. This time there were like about 900 masters gathered here, and then rest of the monks and nuns and lay people. So I'm very happy that I'm able to transmit the lineage. So they will carry on, and they have come from all over the world, America, Canada, Australia, China, all over the world. So when they go back, they carry this precious lineage and spread into their country. So it's very beautiful that.
Similarly, His Eminence Rabjam Rinpoche also transmitted the teachings of Japatru Rinpoche, known as Kunsang Lami Shalung, translated as the words of my perfect teacher, during the program. This transmission was transmitted in the form of Agama or Lung for all the participants so that they could read, practice, and further transmit to other practitioners all over the world. The practices of Great Master Kabje Dilgo Khenche Rinpoche was basically connected to the Nyingma school, but he also practiced other school. Therefore, he is also regarded as one of the proponents of the non-sectarian Rime movement. This is the reason for many practitioners respecting and following his teaching worldwide.
And Japatru Rinpoche is a very, very well-known, renowned master, especially the perfect words of my teacher. That is his teaching, which is practiced in not only in Nyingma school, but even in Gelug and Sacha and Gaji tradition. They also study and they practice this. So therefore, as you have seen, when we did the teachings here, there were lamas and masters from all the different lineages. They participated. The reason why all the lineages came, I think the two reasons. One is the great master is really well known all around the Tibet, so therefore they come. And second is my master Chabje Dingpo Chensa Rinpoche, and he is a non-sectarian master. Even though his main practice is Nyingma, he practiced all the other schools. So therefore everybody feel connected to the Khenche Rinpoche's lineage. So therefore the people came from all the different schools. And Patru Rinpoche's teaching, collection of Patru Rinpoche's works was given few times in Nepal, not so long ago, but still the people felt they connected to Khenche Rinpoche's lineage, so many people they came and participated that.
This program was organized in Sechen Monastery, Kathmandu, Nepal for 18 days. Sechen Rabjam Rinpoche transmitted different teachings under the request of the great Nying master, Khenchen Pema Sherab. The program was divided into 3 parts. The first part was the Lung of Jigme Lingpa's Long-chen Ninthig. The second part was the Lung of Ja Patrul Rinpoche's Kunsang Lami Shalung, translated as the Word of My Perfect Teacher. The third part was the transmission of the Wang of Jigme Lingpa, known as Swayambhu Bajra, containing 5 volumes of Termas named Yonten Ja. There was more than 290 Rinpoches and Khenpos, including His Eminence Dzongshar Khenche Rinpoche, more than 650 Lepuans and high-ranking lamas, more than 1,500 monks and nuns, 700 foreign participants, and thousands of lay practitioners from all over the world receiving the transmission from the Rinpoche.
And the teachings we did recently here is, one is the Rinzin Jigme Lingpa's the cycle, the whole complete cycle. And this, I think we can say, everything together like this is the first time in Nepal. Even though there are many people who follow the Jigme Lingpa traditional lineages, bits here and there, but the whole circle together, transmission is given first time in Nepal. About 35 years ago, Chabjidin Gochen Rinpoche, my guru and also my grandfather, who gave this transmission in Bhutan. And then before that, he also did few times. So I was very fortunate to be there when he gave the lineage, and this time I passed down to all the Rinpoches and all the Khenpos and masters. This time there were like about 900 masters gathered here, and then rest of the monks and nuns and lay people. So I'm very happy that I'm able to transmit the lineage. So they will carry on, and they have come from all over the world, America, Canada, Australia, China, all over the world. So when they go back, they carry this precious lineage and spread into their country. So it's very beautiful that.
During the program, many participants, followers from all over the world, offer mandalas to the Rinpoche for transmitting such profound and treasure teaching with the compassion. The followers in Vajrayana tradition regard the teachings of Master as the words of Buddha. This program adds to the history of the practice of Buddhism in Nepal and contributes for the continuous practices.
Nepal had a tradition of Buddhism not always from Tibet, but from India direct to Nepal. So Nepal has, I think, Vajrayana Buddhist traditions, which some of them we don't even have in Tibet. So that is very wonderful, and I think that is still very much alive. And I think in Nepal tradition also you have the lineage from, I think, the family father to son, and they carry on this lineage. And then of course we have the Tibetan Buddhist lineage from Tibet and all the Nepal Himalayas, they practice that. So I think now many of the young Nepalese people are getting more and more interest, not only like worship or pray to the Buddhas and Guru Rinpoche, but they want to study. So I think that is really very important, because the more you study about Buddhism, then your devotion and your understanding, the more you understand, you feel much more stable kind of connection.
All the participants accumulated tremendous amount of merits with the blessing from the Rinpoche. May such a works of great value be continuously practiced all over the world and all the sentient beings be benefited.